Hey, what is going on, everybody? Just wanted to leave you guys here with the quick thought. Now, would you spend $10,000 on one book with only 34 pages? I know, it sounds kind of crazy, but I just watched a video today that was pretty interesting, pretty eye opening. Russell Brunson, if you're not familiar, the brains behind ClickFunnels, it was a video that he put out maybe 4 months ago, and I'd never seen it before, but it was pretty interesting after watching it. A lot of insight, and I thought I'd share with you guys what I learned from it and how it sort of applies in my personal life and my situation, and help you guys see if this is something that you want to dive deeper into. If you're looking to achieve success, I definitely think it's something you should check out. And again, $10,000 isn't something that I have personally to spend on one book with 34 pages, but he did, and he broke it down. He shared what the information that he learned from the book gave him as far as knowledge and how to navigate. So I wanted to share and interpret in my own experiences how that has been something that has helped me even before I even watched this video, and how it applied to my life specifically. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so Napoleon Hill is the author of this book, and it is called 16 Ladders of Success. And he goes over 16 different points that you might want to take notes on and really apply in your life as you move forward, okay? Okay, so definite aim is number one. And he said a lot of people that are looking to have success don't have this first step down. Definite aim, what are we talking about? That means you have to have a goal, you have to have a target. What are you shooting for, right? In order to reach that goal, you have to have it in sight. You have to know what it is. You have to know what you're going after. You don't just hit a goal by accident. You hit a goal by figuring out exactly what the goal is and how to attack that goal. In my personal situation, the experience that I'm using to describe this to make it real and make sense to you guys is, once upon a time, I graduated from college 2008 looking for a job and have my accounting degree. Nobody would give me the time of day because, as you know, it's the recession, all these things going on, the economy is down, blah, 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 right? So what I found was a company that was willing to give me an opportunity, a marketing company, marketing agency. All I needed to bring to the table in order for them to help me succeed was a positive attitude, a student mentality, and a hard work ethic, all of which I felt like I had. So if I brought those things, I would be able to be successful in running my own business. That's all I needed to hear. And I jumped in 2 feet, ready to go. Now, also with definite aim is a definite plan, which I didn't have to come up with because the plan was already drawn out from people that have been using the system and being successful using the system in the past. So it's just a matter of having the 3 things, applying it, and following the plan, and then success would be there. That's number 1. The second thing is self-confidence. Now, self-confidence, it's one of those things that it's easy to talk about, but sometimes it's harder to actually have self-confidence because of things that have happened in your past or things that you've seen happen to other people. If you're looking to go for something and you think that it's just so difficult and you don't see yourself doing it, then the chances are you're probably not going to do it because you just don't believe. You don't have the self-confidence. You might see other people and say, man, they have something special that I don't have. The reality is, that's your mind. You're letting your mind trick you into thinking that you don't have those skill sets, because skill sets can be developed and learned if you're willing to put in the effort. Okay, that's the second thing, self-confidence. The next thing is initiative. So actually going out and doing the thing, taking action on the thing that it is that you want to do. I don't care if it's business, if it's sports, if it's your relationship that you're working on being successful. You have to figure out what that aim is. What are you shooting for? And then again, like we talked about, you have to have a plan. And then again, you have to be confident that you can achieve that goal. And then you have to take the necessary steps to make it a reality. Hope that makes sense. And then he talks about imagination. So obviously there's going to be challenges, obstacles, but you have to have imagination and creativity in order to overcome the challenges and the obstacles because sometimes there's going to be challenges and obstacles that pop up and you might not have the answer. You just have to be creative and do things by trial and error. And once you are able to find out what works, then you can stick with that and keep moving. The next thing is taking action. Like we said earlier, taking action is part of the game plan. If you don't take action, then all it is theory, right? And once you've learned so much, you have to put the learning into action to be able to see the results. Without taking action, you can't just expect things to happen. Things are going to happen when you take the action. And when you have the action continuously, consistently, then you begin to build momentum. And that momentum is kind of like a snowball effect. When you have it rolling and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and very soon it gets so big that you can't stop it, and it just keeps going as long as you take action. And then enthusiasm. If you're not enthusiastic about what you're shooting for, what you're trying to accomplish, then maybe it's not something that's worth even trying in the first place. So you got to be excited about your goals. You got to be excited about the destination that you're heading towards and what you're going to accomplish when you get there. Okay. So anything that you're trying to do, anything that you're trying to accomplish, be excited, be enthusiastic about that thing, and it will happen for you a lot faster, a lot quicker. And it's part of the journey. Again, enthusiasm. Okay. Don't forget that part. Very important. And the next step is self-control. So self-control, what we're talking about is there's different things that can come up again during this journey that could change your feelings. You could be mad, you could be sad, you could be frustrated, all the different emotions that you go through. But you want to make sure that you're controlling your own emotions to the best of your ability, because it's important to keep focused on the mission and don't let the outside things that you can't handle affect your attitude towards your mission and your goal. So perfect example is if it's raining outside and you have to be outside working, you can't control the rain, but you can control the attire that you put on when you go outside to make sure that you're comfortable in that situation. And it's not going to rain forever. Just know that it's only going to be temporary. So if you keep on moving forward, it's going to pass and the rain's not going to be a big factor. Since you can't control it, don't waste your time getting angry. Don't waste your time getting frustrated. Just figure out a creative solution to move past the obstacle and the challenge. And then step number 8 was a little bit different, but I chose to call it UPOD. UPOD, it's an acronym: under, promote, over, deliver. Now, under, promote, over, deliver in my book basically means that if you're looking to give value to a specific person or group or groups of people, then whatever it is that you're looking for or looking to do, you want to go ahead and provide more than what you're being paid for. And the example that Russell used is if you're getting paid $50 to do a job, then provide $100 worth of value. The more you continue to over deliver, the more that becomes a statement of who you are and what you do consistently. So you want to be known for under promising and over delivering, which is what I like to call UPOD: under promise, over deliver. And then the next thing is attractive personality. So when we're talking about attractive personality, I'm not talking about good looks. I'm talking about your character. Can people relate to you? Are people drawn to you? Do people like the attitude that you bring, or are they repelled by that attitude? So you want to make sure that whatever it is that you're putting out there is inviting. And then while you're doing that, you're going to invite the type of people that you're looking to work with, the type of leaders that you're looking to surround yourself with, and build the right relationships. But if you don't have the right attitude and you're not putting out the right attitude, then guess what? You're going to attract the wrong people or attract nobody at all because your attitude sucks. And then the next thing you talked about was accurate thoughts, right? So are you believing everything that you hear and see? Because he said there's so much information out there that right now so many people are putting things out, and it's confusing because you don't know who to listen to. There's so much distraction. There's so much noise. He said people can publish any and everything, and it's like, who do I believe? Who do I trust, right? And he used an example of a seed. So if somebody hands you a seed and says, hey, this seed is awesome and it's going to do X, Y, and Z once you put it into the ground, there's only one way to find out if it's going to do that. You have to take the seed, put it into the soil, plant it, and then see, does it grow or does it not do anything? So there's information out there. The only way that you're going to see if the information is true or valid is if you put it to work, put it to practice. You're not going to know by just sitting on the information. You have to get it and then take action and do something with it. The next thing he talks about is concentration. So there's a lot of distractions, as you know, with social media, TV, Netflix. You guys know what I'm talking about. There's so many things that are pulling our attention, fighting for our time each and every day. So can you stay focused enough on the mission? Can you stay focused enough on your goals, on whatever it is that you've come up with, on your aim, whatever you're shooting for? Can you stay focused on it long enough to be able to hit that goal? A lot of times people get distracted by friends, family, social media. It doesn't matter what the distraction is, but they're not staying focused consistently enough in order to hit those goals that they've set for themselves in the first place. And that's probably the biggest reason why you haven't seen success. Focus, consistent on the activities that you need to be doing. And the next thing he says after concentration is persistency. So you have to remain persistent. Even though we talked about challenges and obstacles that pop up, you have to still stay persistent, because sometimes whenever challenges pop up, people are quick to give up and say, you know what, this is the wrong plan or the wrong aim or the wrong mission. But realistically, you just have to stay consistent enough, go through the challenges, the ups and downs, learn, come up with creative solutions to move past it. And that's how growth and development is ultimately taking place. More consistent you are about hitting those goals, you'll find creative solutions to get over the obstacles and challenges. And then the next thing he talks about is failure, which, my new view on that is that there's no failure unless you give up or you quit. So you can have temporary defeat, meaning if you attempt to do something, you don't necessarily hit it on the first try, the second try, the third try, it's okay. That's part of the process. If you understand that you're going to be persistent and you're going to have temporary setbacks or temporary failures on the way to success, then that's just part of the journey. And once you see that temporary failure, you'll recognize it for what it is and just keep pushing through it and not giving up and saying it's over, throwing in the towel and sitting on the curb. Okay, it's not the way you want to attack it, and you're not going to hit your goals that way. And then he talks about tolerance and sympathy. So in tolerance and sympathy, obviously you have to have tolerance and sympathy for yourself as you're going on your mission. But obviously, if you're building something big, then there's going to be other people that you're building it with, and those people will have some of the same obstacles, challenges, and face those things that you face. So you have to have sympathy and understand that that's part of the game, and be able to work with them to make sure that you're providing support and pulling them along the way, because that's what a good leader would do, is help out the team and make sure that everybody is progressing, everybody's advancing, and everybody's getting closer each day to their goals. And then could you believe this was even on the list? Work. So you actually have to do the work. Sometimes people say, hey, look, you know what? I've come up with a game plan. I've mapped it out and everything else. But when it comes time to execute, all the excuses come up, or we spend more time doing more research instead of actually going to work and just getting it done. And he uses an interesting analogy when he talks about work. And one of the things that he talks about is just the fact that your body parts, let's say my arm right here, if I stop using this arm, it's attached to my body. Right now it's moving, but if I stop using it, it will decay and die. The muscles in this arm will just stop working because I don't use it. So you have to continue to work your muscles, work your brain, use your brain to think about solutions, be creative. And the minute you stop thinking, the minute you stop working, the minute you stop doing, then you start dying. And I don't think anybody's looking to die, so everybody's looking to move forward. Hang on. And then the last thing that he talked about was, last but not least, you have to follow the golden rule. So what is the golden rule? Do to others as you would have them do unto you. And I think we've all heard that before once or twice. However, it's not something that everybody practices consistently. So what he said is, he used an interesting example in Hitler and what he was able to do, but ultimately he wasn't successful in life, because when you look at doing to others what you would have them do unto you, the things that he did wasn't necessarily the things that he might have people do unto him. So you have to focus on what you're doing, and I think that'll keep you in line, keep you focused on doing the right things that you need to be doing, if you're keeping that in mind, that doing onto others as you would have them do to you. So that's the final piece of it, man. But if you guys would like to learn more information, then I suggest you check out Russell's video. And I think I will leave a link so that way you guys can get right to it if you want to, and apply the things that he's trying to find situations in your personal life that you can apply, or you can look at and see how these different concepts work in your favor. Hope you guys got some value from it. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, consider following the channel and staying in tune, so that way we can all grow together, we can all share with each other, and each of us can reach that ultimate goal, that success that we're looking for, that aim, whatever it is that we're aiming for, we can reach that. But thanks again for spending some time. I again hope you guys got value. If you did, feel free to leave a like, share, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a great day, you guys. Peace.